What's up? Oh my gosh, bro, these pants are like a struggle to get in. Maybe it's my butt. Y'all, I haven't worn these pants in so long, but they're so cool. They got like a really cool design, okay? Oh my gosh, it's about to burst. The whole spouse day. Tranquilícese. I'm so uncomfortable. So, hi guys. What it do? What it is? No, but let's get this video started. Oh my god, what is this? My nail just broke, y'all. This is a huge crisis. I'm calling 911. Okay, let me just get a little bit closer, cause my nigga. Oof, these pants are so. It's like my butt is so big and my thighs are so fat, and my lower leg is so small. Do you got this problem? If you do, I got a solution for you today. No, I'm kidding. I don't. If you do know a solution for this, custom-made pants, cause my nigga, we is not about to do. I can't find pants that fit me, cause like my hips are wide, my legs, my thighs are big, and my lower legs are smaller, which is a bad combo. No, it's not, cause it's hot. It's hot actually. I love it. I love it. I love my shape. I love my voluptuous body. No, but a lot of people would be begging for this body. But anyways, let me get my coffee and get to this. So, I'm gonna talk to you guys about... I recorded this. I decided to do it again because I didn't like the first one. You know what? Let me just open this because I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. I just can't breathe. It's not that I can't breathe. It's just these pants. They're so cut up. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. This as quick as possible, okay?
Are you guys ready for this?
So I met a Leo.
When an Aries meets a
Leo. Just to give you a little bit of an idea, I'm an Aries sun, moon, and ascendant. The person that I met is Leo sun, Libra moon, and Taurus ascendant, or an Aries ascendant. We didn't know the time my Leo was born in. Did I just say my Leo? Oh my god. Okay.
Did I just say my Leo? Oh my god. Okay.
But anyways, my Leo, I'm gonna say Leo because I want to keep it as anonymous as possible. This is just the story that I want to tell you and the idea of what Aries sun Leo meets. So we met on Tinder, okay, and met on Friday. I'm gonna be as detailed as I can. We met on Tinder and it was a good interaction. First I was like, you know what, let me just tell you this, I'm quick at seeing people's true colors very quickly, and lately I don't want to create connections because like I told you, it kind of takes away, it kind of drains me a little bit whenever I'm way too deep in connections, because I'm the one that feels like it's giving too much, and I don't want to do that at this point because I want to give my time to my goals and money. That's just the deal. And it's been a while since I actually felt anything for anybody, and I don't usually feel anything for anybody, to be honest. There's always a little side of me that's just like hesitant and suspicious, you know. I'm new to San Diego, so I was on Tinder just to make friends, okay? I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't like hooking up with people. I'm not the kind of person that likes to hook up with people. The app is created to hook up with people, but I'm just not into hooking up, okay? I like that. I told you, I want like a deeper, soulful, and like deep connection. So we were getting along so well. Our mind was very alike, Mercury and Leo, okay? And mine is Aries Mercury, which is a really good moment when it comes to like intellectualism. Like it's like we were, I don't, it's weird, like, oh my gosh, I'll get into this, okay? It was a very intense conversation that we were having, and it felt like we've known each other for so long. It's weird. And I asked Leo,
hey, like, do you want to
come out? Because I was going to the beach area, and I was like, hey,
do you want to come to this hookah bar? And
Leo was like,
I would love to, but I have a haircut, blah blah blah. But if you want to hang out later on, we can at my place, and we could watch Halloween movies, blah blah blah.
And I was like, boo boo.
Boo-boo.
I quickly switched, and that's me. Like when I sense that kind of shake up, I'm just like very quick to cut you off. And as weird as it, like as crazy as this seemed, like I didn't want to cut it off yet. The next day I messaged Leo saying,
hey, like, I'm really salty about you not coming. You do not wanting to come to the beach yesterday and like hang out with me.
But I know it's weird because like you talk about this kind of stuff when you're deep into a relationship, but me being me and the kind of person I am just very quick, and I will tell you how it is. Like I can't contain the truth. Like I just can't. It's either going to come out or I'm gonna cut you off. And only a strong person can handle me, okay? And my mouth. So anyways, so Leo is apologizing.
You know, I'm sorry, blah blah blah. That's why I invited you to my place, and
I was just like, I don't even
know you. We just met, and I'm not going to come to your house. Like, it's not happening.
You know, we went a little back and forth. It was a really intense argument that we were having that day, and somehow I was like, I'm like, why am I not cutting this shit off yet? Because I usually like. It's crazy. I met so many people on Tinder, and I usually cut them off after the first conversation that we have. I'm just like, unmatch, boom, boom, boom. Like, it's done, okay? But with Leo, I was just like, you know what? Like, I sense a deep connection, and I sense something that I've never felt before, and I wanted more of it. Like, it's weird. So, the next day, we decided to meet. I think it was a Sunday. Leo came and picked me up. We went to Starbucks. That day I was like, you know what, I wanted to give it a try before I was quick to make my judgment, because after I make my decision, it's done, you're cut, you know what I mean? So I was just like, you know what, I want to give this a try. And Leo is also very consistent and also very it seemed like Leo wanted the connection to keep going, right? So I was just like, okay, cool, let's meet up and see how it goes, right? And that day I was just like, you know what, this is not even gonna go well. I feel like it's not going to go well. And little did I know, my nigga, when we met, I don't even know if you could understand. I don't even think anybody has ever felt this kind of just intensity, like without even saying anything. Like, I don't think. It's weird because I'm the kind of person, I don't like to get my emotions involved, but it's like and Leo was telling me how I have so many walls built up, and I look like I don't show any emotion. And Leo was right. I'm not that kind of person. I don't like to show any kind of emotion, and I'm usually very like serious. About so many things. Like, I'm just like, what, anybody that cries in front of me, I've been that, like, I try to baby them, but at the same time, like lately I've been kind of like, what are you crying about? Like, pick yourself up, you know, and get back to your shit. I felt something that I've never felt before. It was a very deep like connection that it was just like, it's like it was a magnetic thing. Honestly, I don't think I can ever describe it in a better word, because I'm trying to figure out, like, I'm trying to come up with a word that's better that can describe it better because that's it was different. Like, I've never felt that before. I thought I did with someone in my past, with a friend that I had for a very long time, but even with that, like, person, I've never felt what I felt with Leo. I'm telling you, it's like we've known each other in the past life or something. Like, the conversation and the connection was so organic and raw. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it was so it's like, I feel like this is what people have always longed to, like, feel. And it's like, it's so hard to explain. Like, this is something that I feel everybody wants in life, and this is something that you think it's just a dream and it's not real. Like, you know what I mean? I know it's very hard for you to understand what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to describe it as my best, like, as good as I can, but it's very hard to describe. Like, our energy was combining in a really intense way. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, it's just like two souls coming together, and I felt one when I was with Leo. Okay, I've always felt that I have the masculine and the feminine energy, and I've always felt the yin and yang and within me, and I felt like I've never really needed anybody. It's weird. I know you're probably
like, nah, bitch, you need somebody.
No, I've always been this person where that's why I'm very detached from so many people, because I feel like I'm a whole, like, as I am. You know what I mean? Being with Leo kind of made me feel like I was one, but, like, it felt so good. Like, you know what I mean? It felt like it was such a like, I kind of felt my heart opening up for the first time in a very long time. Like, never time, to be honest, because I never felt how I felt towards Leo, and I'm 24, so you can imagine, I don't feel nothing towards people. But anyways, Leo dropped me off, and, like, see it that night, like, Leo was just mesmerized by me, and I'm not trying to, like, make myself look like I'm the shit. Well, I am, but Leo was just looking at me like I was dreamy and wanted to kiss, and I was just talking that night. I was just like, oh my god, no, this is not gonna happen tonight. I was like, no, 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 like, I was just running my mouth. It felt like I saw my future with Leo. Like, it's weird. You think I'm talking about some fairy tale shit, bitch, but, you know, if you know me, you know the kind of person I am, and I don't feel anything, okay? And this was such a huge deal for me. It felt like we were torn apart for a very long time. We separated that night, and I went home. Leo dropped me home, and then we decided to meet the next day. We met up the next day again after work. Leo brought Leo's dog, and we just went for a walk. Like, we just went for a long walk, just talked, blah blah blah. And I had way too much on my mind that day, and I was very, like, suspicious of so many things about Leo that day. And I was just like, are we disconnecting? Because I don't want to disconnect, because I felt like this intense passion, and like, I just wanted to have Leo just all for me. Like, I did not want the connection to ever, like, even slightly to disconnect. You know what I mean? I just wanted it to just be like, just like that. Like, I just wanted it to be, I wanted Leo to be mine. Mine. And that's it. Nobody else got it, because I was about to become that person. Like, I was about to become that person where I was just like, you're mine. I don't care about what the world says. Like, I'm here to defend you, to love you, and have you by my side, and love you and take care of you for life. Life. I was like, for life. You should have seen me. And I'm that kind of person that just needs one person, because I like to be alone, and I don't like to be in a crowded place and be in a crowded situations and crowded friends and whatnot. So I was just like, oh my gosh, yes, this is the one for me, and I'm not letting Leo go forever and ever again. We went back to Leo's car, and we were gonna talk for a little bit, and Leo was like, and I asked Leo, hey, like, since you have work in the morning, Leo had to go to work at 4 a.m. So I kind of felt bad, because it was already like 10 p.m. by now, okay? So I felt bad, and I was just like, hey, do you want me to leave so that you have work in the morning? And Leo was like, it's up to you. And when people tell me it's up to me, I usually feel like they kind of want me to like fuck off. You know, that's the only thing that I can think about. So I thought like it was like, oh yeah, you could leave, you know, you make the decision. So I was just like, okay, you know what, I'm just gonna leave. And I literally just like jumped out of the car and I was just like, okay, bye. And I didn't even give Leo a hug or anything because I was just like, maybe Leo's disconnecting and maybe the feelings are gone and I can't even believe this is already over because I don't want it to be over. And I was just thinking so many things. And as soon as I left the car and walked away, I was just like, I was feeling this separation from like my soulmate, a separation. And I was just like, oh man, like did I make a mistake? Should I have stayed in there and should I had like communicated more and said something? Later that night, me and Leo were messaging and we were like, Leo was already telling me like, you know, how when I left, Leo was also feeling the same thing that I was feeling before I mentioned it. And I was just like, oh my gosh, you know, like I was just like, yes, I was feeling that same shit too about it. And Leo was constantly telling me like, hey, no, I'm here and I want you and I want you only. And I was just like, okay, because I mean, I do too, like, you know what I mean? And I was a little hesitant with my words because I didn't want to give out my all. The next day, we decided to meet again. Have you ever had these kinds of dates where you were just meeting like day after another? It's weird. It's not weird, but it's like I was just like, oh my god, this is what I want. Oh my gosh, sorry y'all, the battery died. We decided to meet up the next day, work a little bit late, and we decided to go to the movies. And I was just like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna be quick and try to get ready because we decided to meet up at 9 p.m. and I get off at 8:30. And I was just like, you know what, I can get home and change up really quickly and be ready by like 8:45 or so. I got ready by like 8:50 and I was just like, I wasn't getting any message and I was just like, oh my god. Leo wasn't responding at that time. I cried a little bit that day and I was just like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, what am I doing crying over this shit, right? And Leo didn't show up because apparently Leo was asleep that night. At 1 a.m., Leo texted me saying, I'm so sorry, I was asleep. Because Leo had told me that day, like when I was at work, like we were talking about like the whole plan, right? And Leo was telling me, hey, you know what, I'm about to take a nap because I'm a little tired. And Leo, when worked out and blah, 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 and whatnot. And I was just like, okay. And I was a little stubborn that night. I was just like, I'm not even going to call Leo. Like, is Leo ditching me? What's happening right now, right? No, I'm just remembering that day. I was like, nobody's ever gonna make me feel this way. Honey, nobody makes me feel this way ever. Cause I like I told you, I shed a little tear, like one tear, and I was just like, oh my gosh, this is not happening. But anyways, the next day, Leo decided to make it up for me, right? This is why I love fire signs, because we're such a passionate and like we're so good, like, you know what I mean? We're so, I don't know, maybe we're good at seeing each other's hearts, like Sagittarius, Leo, like Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, like we're really good at seeing each other's colors, like hearts, you know what I mean? But the rest of the signs are are good at like taking advantage of us. Not good taking advantage of us. I think it's the fact that we're so like understanding and loving, and we have such a big heart and full of passion. We are way too much for other signs, like, you know what I mean? So the only ones that can handle us better is each other, like Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. I'm gonna make it up to you. And Leo showed up. Leo was about to show up unannounced, and I was just like, Leo was texting me that day, the whole day on Wednesday. We were on Wednesday now, okay? And I was just like, nah, this is not happening. No. I'm not even gonna respond. And Leo kept messaging me, and I was just like, okay, you know what? Let me respond. And because I really wanted to, and I was just like, let me just tame myself and teach Leo a lesson here, right? Do you do that silent treatment, thinking that it's gonna work? But anyways, Leo did learn the lesson, and Leo showed up, and Leo did make it up for me, to me. I don't know, whatever. So, and we decided, so on Wednesday night, we decided to just stay in the car and talk. I think we met up around 9 and we separated like around 1 a.m. So we talked for like 4 or 5 hours, I think, and we went deep and we had a really heart to heart, good conversations. Like we had I don't know, the connection got better every day. You know what I mean? Even though we had these little bumps in between, the bumps didn't even matter. Like, especially to me, because I usually like to look at the bumps in my connections. But like that passion was so powerful and so deep that I did not want to. It's like we can override it with our love and passion. That's how I looked at it, you know? And that's how it was too. It's like, I don't know how to explain this to you. This is like some lifetime shit, like once in a lifetime shit that you would ever come across. Like that for me, that's it. Like honestly, I don't think, like I told you, I've never felt this way towards anybody, and this is the only thing that I felt towards anybody that this deep. Okay, so anyways, we had a really long conversation on Wednesday, and you know, it's weird. Like people usually go on dates and whatnot. Like I liked the fact that we actually sat and it was all about us. And I'm not big on like these dates and fancy shit like whatnot. Like I'm not way too big on that kind of stuff. Like I would rather have 101 and deep conversations and talk about like, you know, me and the person, rather than, you know, whenever you go to the movie, you don't even have the chance to talk with a person. Or whenever you're at a restaurant, you feel like you're surrounded by other people, and the other person might not open up as much as they want to open up, because you know they don't want to. It's a lot of stuff going on. But whenever you're alone and together, it's you kind of get to see who the person is really, you know, and then you see them in public as well. It's a different story. Whenever you guys are in public, it's a different story as well. But you know, you kind of want to be a little bit more open whenever you guys are kind of alone together, if that makes sense. So we separated that night and we decided to meet up again on Thursday. That night after work, we decided to meet, and we had another long conversation in the car. We were just talking and talking, and I think we kissed that night. That was it. So we gotta wrap this up really quickly, okay? So on Friday, we decided to meet up again because Leo was like, hey, I
want you to meet my closest friends.
Apparently the friends were not even following plans, so we decided to just stay in, watching movies and blah blah blah, and you know, cuddled. That's about it. No, that is about it. Because I'm not ashamed to say anything if anything went down. Next day, I was like, hey Leo, like, do you want to come to the beach with me? Because I want to go to the beach this day. And Leo had plans that day, and I had work as well. Okay, and I was just like, you know, I didn't want to go, and I didn't want to go to work that day because it was like an on-call kind of job, okay? So I was just like, nah, you guys let me know last minute, you know? Plus, I couldn't work that day because I already had way too much hours. So I was kind of like, I kind of wanted to work, but at the same time, I was just like, I want to hang out with Leo more and more and more and more and more, and I don't want to be separated. But I don't want it to affect my money as well. It's weird. Like, it's weird. When Leo came into my life, I was already like a little down. Not down, but like it gave me this boost of happiness, and like a weird kind of happiness, not like haha hee hee, like, you know, on the outside. It was like within, that was just like a good, like pure happiness was like emerging out of me, and it was pushing me. Like when I went to work, it made work more fun for me, like, you know what I mean? Thinking about Leo made everything so easy and like so nice for me, you know what I mean? It was such a pleasant conversation and pleasant connection that I had. Anyways, and I was a little mad because, you know, I've agreed to do everything Leo wanted me to do the whole week, and I was a little salty that day because I was just like, you know, if you're not trying to compromise with me, and there was some other shit that were I'm trying to speed through this shit, okay? So, and then there was some other stuff that were bothering me as well, and I wasn't communicating about it. And if you're not willing to compromise with me, this might not work. I said that within, okay? I didn't say that to Leo. So Leo was like, hey, I have plans, but later on we can go if I finish early. And I was just like, you know what, no, like I agreed to do shit with you. Like that's what was in my mind. So the next day I ignored Leo the whole day because I was just like, you know, you ditched me, why should I even talk to you? I went to work the next day, and some stupid shit happened, okay? It's crazy. Like, it's some messed up shit happened to me like that day whenever I left work. Like, dark shit happened, okay? It was traumatizing for a minute for me. So I got lost and I was walking. I was trying to figure out everything for, like, I was trying to figure out their streets, and I'm new in San Diego and I didn't know a lot, and I was really traumatized that night. And Leo was like, we got into a really heated argument that night, okay? Gosh, like, I went off, and when I say off with capital letters, like that, like mad on Leo, and I kind of felt bad. And we didn't talk that night. I was just like, you know what? I don't even have it in me. Like, I felt really alone and everything was just dark for me. And I don't even want to have a conversation with you. And what you did to me yesterday, I know it's not a big deal for other people, but to me, this is a big deal. When people don't compromise with me and I'm compromising with you, it kind of makes me feel like you don't want to do the stuff that I want to do when I'm willing to do the stuff that you want to do, you know? And there was some other, like, a lot of shit that we agreed to do, you know what I mean? That I was agreeing to do with Leo. And I felt alone, so I went off on Leo and told Leo that, you know, like, I don't know if you even want me, you know what I mean? Like, because whenever you feel you go through some stuff, you kind of let it out on the wrong person, and I guess I barked on the wrong person that night. And the next day, Leo called me, and because I was not even talking to Leo called me, and then Leo was like, hey,
I don't think I'm over my ex.
And honestly, I don't know how I thought, like, what our problems were not, like, a little hiccup, you know? It wasn't, like, something that would make a Leo feel like that, you know? Because what we had was was a lot more stronger than, it was just a really strong connection. That's how I can describe it, okay? And my world was shattered. Like, I was just like, what do you mean? Like, you have me? And even Leo felt that, like, why are you even on Tinder? Like, Leo was constantly telling me, like, why are you on Tinder? Like, why is there, I didn't even know a person like you existed. And I knew that wasn't manipulation, because I know how people manipulate each other, but I can read people, like I told you guys, and I can sense people's emotions and instincts, I guess, you know? So I was just like, my world is just, everything was just like flashing in my eyes. I felt like my world was just, I don't know how to describe it, but I felt really shitty for a minute, and I was just like, you know what, like, bye. Like, I was just like, good luck. And Leo was just talking at that time, and I just logged out. Like, honestly, I was on the phone and I just logged out, because I was just like, what? You know, like, why would you go back to the person? I'm not even gonna say what happened, but, like, I was just like, why would you go backwards? Let's just keep it at that. I was just like, why would you go backwards? But I said that in my mind. I didn't even tell that to Leo. I was just like, you know what? Okay. Because I know people who always leave my life, they always come back because they know that people in the past have mistreated them. But I'm the one that can make you feel like, you know, you're just my only one. And I can take care of you and make you feel like you are special and belong in this world. And you feel supported and special. You know what I mean? And I wanted to make Leo feel like that, because I felt like Leo went through so much and I went through so much, and it's like we had a little, like, tiny vulnerable moment, and we were there for each other. It's weird, like, we were there for each other during that moment whenever we were opening up. It wasn't like, oh, you opened up and that's it. Like, it was like, oh my gosh, like, I'm here for you kind of thing. Like, I'm here if anything crashes down, like, you know? And I've never felt that with anybody, or even friends. Like, I've never felt that, like, where I can, it's like, I was just like, I'm gonna be your leaning person. Like, you can lean on me forever and ever, and I'm gonna be here, like, you know? And in my mind, I was just like, why would you go backwards to somebody that doesn't even give a shit about you? It's been a week since that whole thing happened, and we met up almost every day for a week, and I feel like it's not over. I know it's not over, and, like, deep down, and I blocked Leo from all sites, but I guess, you know, if it's meant to be, it will be, kind of. But it's hard to understand what I felt. I mean, you're just watching a video. That's what happened, and yeah. But I feel like this is just maybe a temporary thing where we're separated just for a little bit and we will come together. I hope we do, because I don't think I ever want to be with anybody in my life, or, like, in this world full of fake people and people that don't even care about you. I don't think I want to be with anybody else except Leo at this point in my life, because I'm like I said, I'm 24, and in my 24 years of on this planet, I've never felt what I felt with Leo. Okay, so whenever you feel these things, it's very hard to. I don't know. I don't. It's not over. I'll tell you that it's not. And I usually, when people walk away from my life, I let them, and you can go and walk away, but I know you're gonna come back, and I don't want it to be where people take too long to come back, because once I give up, and I will never look back. And I feel like Leo realized, whenever we hung up that call, realized that Leo made a huge fucking mistake. And I think Leo wanted me to fight for Leo that day, or maybe wanted me to say a little bit more words, I guess, and try to, maybe it was a test, and in Leo's world, maybe I failed. I don't know. I want to let what the universe wants us to be. I don't like forcing connections. I'm not the kind of person that likes to force things. So if the person wants me, they can always come to me, because I usually do that too for other people, and people don't do that to me, and it kind of scares me, because I want people to show me that they want me, and then they're dedicated and loving towards me, and rushing into my life like I want you, because once I have you, once I have somebody, I'm just like, you're my heart, my gold, my everything, my diamond, my life. Okay. So that's that. That's when I met Leo. That's when Aries meets a Leo. Yeah. But thank you for watching. Yeah. Thank you for watching. Love is my love. You know how to. What's that about the phone? I'm holding back, just wanna say you more. Y'all, these pants, I was trying to show you guys. I have to be like on the other side.